What's up? I'm Jad T. Jones, and today we're going to talk about what's working now in 2024 to attract the hottest women. In this video, I'm going to give you the 5 shifts you need to make in order to attract your dream girl. We define your dream girl as a woman that you're truly attracted to. A woman that you look at and you're like, damn, I would make that girl my girlfriend because she's just so my type. In case you don't know me, my name is Jad T. Jones. I'm the author of the 5-star rated book, Seduce with Integrity, How to Date the Women You're Truly Attracted to. 500 pages of pure game, no fluff, available on Amazon. So let's jump right in. What I'm going to give you today is a recipe, a 5-part recipe that has been tested and proven both by myself as well as by hundreds of my clients over the years that has proven to work to get you your dream girl. So if you follow the recipe that I'm going to give you, the 5 shifts, you can get your dream girl too. So the first concept we're going to talk about before we go into the 5 ingredients is a concept that is called success is emergent. What does that mean? That means that success emerges not because you do one thing right, but because you do a cluster of things right. An example of this is baking a cake. A cake is usually made out of butter, eggs, flour, milk, baking soda, let's say, right? So we can't say that, oh, well, if I have butter, I'm going to make a cake. No, butter alone isn't enough. So similarly, a lot of you think, well, if I have a good body, then I'm going to get women. No, that's not enough to just have a good body, then you're going to get women. Or, oh, if I had a lot of money, then I could get women. No, success doesn't come from just you having a lot of money. Success comes from you doing a group of things all together. And when you put all the ingredients, the butter, the eggs, the milk, the baking soda, the whatever, then what emerges is a cake. Okay, so when we put the 5 ingredients of a cake together, then a cake emerges. So success is emergent. Similarly, the 5 shifts, the 5 ingredients I'm going to give you today, when you do them all together, then what is going to emerge is you successfully getting a hot girl or successfully being able to start attracting beautiful women. That is why it is important that you listen to this complete video, because if you miss even one of the ingredients, instead of getting a cake, you're going to get a blob. Instead of getting a dream girl, you're just going to keep banging up your head against the wall. A lot of you aren't getting the women you want right now because you're missing 1 or 2 key ingredients. And then you're starting to internalize it thinking, oh, there must be something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you, bro. You're just missing some ingredients of the success recipe. Success is predictable and follows laws. Just like if you give anybody a cake recipe, even if they've never baked a cake before, they can successfully bake a cake. Once I give you these 5 ingredients, even if you've failed in the past, now that you're implementing all 5 of these ingredients, you will also succeed in the area of women. Okay, shift number 1 or ingredient number 1, be coachable. Before you can be a good leader, you first have to be a good follower. Now, when I heard that, I didn't really understand what it meant. So here's something that I study successful people, and I always look for patterns. And in every successful person's story, when they're telling a story about how they hired a mentor and then they got rich, for example, the soundbite that I kept hearing over and over from different people, unrelated people, was this. They all said, I did exactly what my mentor told me. I did exactly what my mentor told me. Then I connected it to something else. When I have my coaching clients, I have coaching clients that have really fast results, and then I have other coaching clients who go slower. And with the coaching clients that go slower, I know why they're going slower. I'm like, bro, you're not doing exactly what I tell you. Bro, I told you to do this and this, and instead you're doing that and that. You're not following my instructions. So the clients who get the fastest and best results with me are always the ones that do exactly what I tell them. So why is doing exactly what a mentor says so important? It is because there is a fine line between failing versus succeeding at something. And as someone who has gone through the journey before you, I know the exact meticulous way to do things in the right way in order to get the result. And I also know when I didn't do things in that exact way and I didn't get the result despite working hard. So right now, your situation, if you're struggling with women or struggling to attract the women you're truly attracted to, is that you're probably working hard, but you're not doing things in the exact right way. So the hallmark of a successful student who is coachable is that he does exactly what his mentor says. Here's another funny phenomenon that I noticed. So I was part of this big internet. No, I used to take a lot of like group internet marketing courses, right? And in these courses, there would be like hundreds of people. And towards the end of the courses, people would start reporting their successes. And I noticed something funny. Most of the people who would put up their hands during the Zoom meetings and say, hey, I'd like to report a win. Hey, I'd like to report a breakthrough. Most of them were women. So first I'm like, what's going on here? Why are most of these, in all the internet marketing courses I'm going to, why is it that women are getting the better and the faster results? And then I realized what it was. It's not that they were smarter or anything like that. It's just that women tend to be better at following the instructor's instructions, the mentor's instructions. Whereas men, what we do is we listen to what the instructor told us, and then we tinker with the system and say, okay, he told me to do it like this, but I'm going to adjust it and do it like that and do it my own way. And then and we go along and we don't get the result. So what I found, and wasn't just from one class, this was from various classes. Again, I look for patterns. The women were always the ones that hit the ground running, not because they're smarter or better, but because they did exactly what the mentor told them to do. So the number one shift, the first shift you need to make, the reason why you're not getting the women you want is because you have not been following my instructions to the letter. You have to follow my instructions to the letter. You need to understand that your way isn't working, so it's time to try mine. My way has worked for thousands of men, cross-culture, all over the world, since 2011. That's, 13 years now? Something like that. So your way isn't working. It's time to get humble enough to try mine. Let me tell you a parable. So there was this professor that wanted to learn Zen. And he was very intelligent. And he studied. And so he said, I'm going to go to a monastery with a monk to learn Zen. So then one day he's sitting there with the monk and they're drinking tea. So the professor is sitting there and talking and telling the monk all about everything he knows about Zen. And, he knows all this stuff about Zen. And then while he's talking, the monk pours his tea into the cup, into the professor's cup. And then the cup gets full and then the monk keeps pouring. Then the tea starts falling all over the table. And then the professor is like, stop. The cup is full, stop. And then the Zen master looks at him and he says, how can I teach you Zen when your cup is already full? So, similarly, for the rest of this presentation, you need to get humble enough and forget everything you thought you knew about what you think you have to do in order to get your dream girl, and empty your cup and open your ears and listen to a master who's literally dedicated his life to this. And trust that what I'm telling you is the exact step-by-step recipe you need in order to bring your dream girl into your life. I interviewed a double black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master and instructor, and I asked him, what is the number one determining factor when you see a new student walk into your school? How can you determine which person is going to be the most successful? He says the thing I look for is humility. The most humble student will become the best jiu-jitsu master. So, my dear, if you want to have a fulfilling relationship with a beautiful woman, be an empty cup, be humble, and listen. Your way hasn't worked up till now. Be humble enough to allow me to show you my way. The second shift you need to make is you need to stop going at this game alone and instead go at it through a mastermind. What is a mastermind? The concept of the mastermind comes from the famous book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book isn't only about how to get rich with money, it's about how to get what you want in any area of your life. So the principles apply to getting women as well. So Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying 500 of the most successful men in America. And at the end of his long study, he said the following. He said, after studying 500 of the most successful men in America, I didn't find one man that achieved success alone. He then went on to say, no man can achieve great success or wealth without using the mastermind. What is the mastermind principle? The mastermind principle is, what is a mastermind? A mastermind is when two or more people are working in perfect harmony towards a specific goal. Said in another way, a mastermind is when two or more people are working together towards something. So if you're going at things alone, you don't have a mastermind. Now, I need you to understand how essential a mastermind is to your success. So this word essential, we can't brush over it. You need to understand. Oxygen is essential for life. Okay? That means if we remove oxygen, we die. It's essential. What I'm telling you is that masterminding is essential for you to get your dream girl. It is essential, not optional. If we remove oxygen, we die. If we remove masterminding, we don't get our dream girl. I need that to hit you. Masterminding is essential, not optional. Now, what's funny is if you're following me, you're probably like me, an introvert. And as introverts, we want to do everything alone, right? So right now, I'm sure a lot of you have this emotion inside. You're like, shit. I wanted to figure out a way to do this by myself. Oh, what? I have to mastermind? Shit, I don't like that. Is there a way around this? There is no way around it. Okay? Let me explain it to you another way for you to really understand and not take one more step in your life without masterminding. Back to my story. I want you to know something about me. I never went at the game alone. Even when I started at 14, 15, 17, 19, 21, I never went at it alone. I always found other people to help me, to mastermind with, to support me. And I also hired coaches, various different coaches, was part of different groups. So I never went at the game alone. So if you have the false impression that I went through this game alone, let me correct your assumption and let you know, not by a long shot did I go at this game alone. The reason why Jad made it from shy, introverted, not getting girls to getting girls was because he used the mastermind principle. And the last thing I'll tell you about mastermind is this. Plans are inert and useless without sufficient power to translate them into action. And the only way to create this power is through a mastermind. So right now, either decide that from now on you're going to use a mastermind in order to get your dream girl and get this part of your life handled, or turn off this video because everything you do is basically going to be useless and fruitless. Masterminding is essential, not optional, just like oxygen. This brings us to ingredient number 3, which is telling the truth to yourself. There's a saying, you can't get to where you want to go until you first admit where you are. That's another statement that I didn't really understand when I first heard it. Here's an example. Let's take Alcoholics Anonymous. The first thing you do in Alcoholics Anonymous is you say, "Hi, my name is Jad and I'm an alcoholic." So why do we start with that statement? Because before a person admits to himself that he has a problem, he is not helpable. He can't help himself and no one else can help him. So one thing that gave me a huge shift and transformation in my game was the day that I admitted that I absolutely suck with girls. Okay? So here's a lot of guys, a lot of you are in denial. You think you're better at the game than you actually are. Let's strip away. Again, I'm about to hit you with the truth. If you don't want to hear the truth, turn off the video now because I'm going to say something confronting to you right now. So right now, a lot of you are going to say, I've studied the game for a long time. I understand the game. I know the game. Yeah, you can talk a good talk, but show me your results. Are you consistently getting the hottest girls? Are you in a relationship with a drop-dead gorgeous woman? Are you dating the women you're truly and intensely attracted to? Most of you, the answer is no. So your results show us that you can't get the result. If you can't get the result, you don't know, you know about the game, but you don't get the game. You understand? So for you to transition from knowing about the game to getting it, the first thing you have to do is admit that you're a guy that doesn't get it. Let me give you an analogy. If I tell you a joke and you laugh, if I tell you a joke and you get my joke, the reaction is, ha ha, you laugh. You instantly laugh because you got the joke, right? But if I tell you a joke and you don't get the joke, you don't laugh, right? So in order, like if you don't get the joke, you don't laugh. If you're not getting women, that shows us that you don't get it. You don't get the game. You know about the game. Like if you don't get my joke and then I explain the joke to you, then you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. You'll intellectually get it, but you don't laugh when someone explains a joke to you. Why? Because you didn't get it. See what I'm saying? So shift number 3, I think we're on number 3. Shift number 3 is admitting that you're not a guy who gets it. You don't get the game. You know about the game. You know a lot of intellectually about it, but you don't get it. And how do we know? You're not getting the result. You're not getting the result. It's cut and dry. You can explain for 3 hours to me. If you're not getting girls, you don't get it. Now, why is Jad telling you, hey, you don't get girls, you don't get it, feel bad about yourself? No. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself, but I am trying to, in order for us to make a huge change in our love life, we have to feel some pain. We have to stab ourselves a bit with the truth. The truth is, when guys come to me for coaching, it's when they awaken to the truth. They're like, oh shit, actually I suck and I need some serious help here. That's the only time when you're going to reach out for help. The alcoholic only goes to Alcoholics Anonymous when he does something absolutely stupid and he's like, oh shit. No, okay, yeah, now I see I am an alcoholic and I have a serious problem. Let me go for help. So I want you to go for help. And you're never going to go for help unless you feel enough pain. And you're not going to feel pain as long as you're in denial. And most of you motherfuckers are in denial. Oh, I can talk a good game. You can't get pussy, motherfucker. Say that to yourself. I'm not being mean. But until you admit to yourself, I don't get it, now you're going to get pissed off and scared enough to say, okay, I really need to do something about this. Because if you don't get to that emotional space, and that's the space I got to, that I told myself, fuck, I suck. And if I don't do something serious about this, I'm going to end up the rest of my life alone, or worse, dating girls I'm not attracted to, which in my opinion is even worse than ending up alone. So you need to feel the pain. You need to be someone who has the balls. This takes balls to tell the truth that, yeah, you know what? I got a problem. I'm an alcoholic. Or, you know what? I don't get the game even though I've been studying it for 5 years. Truth is, I still suck. I'm not getting girls. I don't get it. And then how do you transition from knowing about the game to being a guy who gets it? You work with a mentor, someone who's already figured it out and who will explain it to you in a way where you'll get it. I have a saying, men who get women, get women. Men who get women, get women. You need to become the guy who gets it. Right now, you're the guy who knows about it. knowing about it for another 5 years isn't going to help you get women. You need to get the joke. You need to become an insider. And the way to do that isn't through more information. It's with working closely with a seducer who gets it and who will help you get it. Ingredient number 4, decision, or shift number 4, decision. Successful men make decisions very quickly and change them very slowly. And people who are failures tend to make decisions very slowly and then change them very quickly. Let's go back to the book Think and Grow Rich. He said analysis of over 25,000 men and women who had experienced failure disclosed the fact that lack of decision was near head of the list. That means one of the biggest sources of people's failure is the lack of making a decision. So right now, you're probably full of indecisiveness. You don't make a decision to go talk to that woman. You don't make a decision to buy that course. You don't make a decision to hire that mentor. You're analyzing and calculating and procrastinating and waiting. And we've been miseducated that, hey, when you want to make a decision, take your time. Don't rush into it. Think it over. What Napoleon Hill is telling you is that indecision, people who make slow decisions, that is a hallmark of failure. So you're thinking you're being smart by like, oh yeah, maybe I'll hire a coach in 2 years from now. Stupid, dumb strategy. Time is valuable, brother. What are you waiting for? Let's continue here. Analysis of several hundred people who had accumulated fortunes disclosed the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions quickly and of changing those decisions slowly if and when they were changed at all. Okay? So he said, he analyzed the people who were successful, and every one of them, he put this in italics, every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions quickly. So you need to understand that if you want to be a successful guy and you need to make moves, one way you're going to determine whether you're following success habits or failure habits is that if you tend to really mull over things too long, you're actually you're being a failure. You're being a failure. Whereas if you're making decisions quickly, like, okay, yeah, I have enough information, let me go for it. Okay, yeah, let me go talk to that girl. Okay, yeah, let me schedule a call with that coach. Now you're displaying, you're acting in alignment with what successful men do. And listen to this, bro. People who fail to succeed, without exception, have the habit of reaching decisions, if at all, very slowly, and of changing those decisions quickly and often. Okay? So, basically, what does this have to do with getting your dream girl? Right now, you know you need to make some decisions. And some of those decisions are scary because they're going to involve you hiring a mentor, joining some kind of course, or committing to this, this area and really taking it seriously. And those are scary decisions because you have money at risk, you have time at risk, you have your ego at risk. But you need to understand that if you want to be successful, you just have to make the decision and go after it. And I'll close this section off by something that I learned from way, like in another lifetime ago from David D'Angelo, Double Your Dating. He said that you need to get to a place where you say to yourself, if you want to get women, to get this woman thing handled, you have to look in the mirror and you have to say to yourself, I'm willing to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price I need to pay in order to get this handled. I'm willing to do whatever it takes and pay whatever price I need to pay in order to get this handled. And if you don't make that exact decision, pack your bags, go home, turn on the TV because you're not going to make it. A definite decision is required. Definite decision means there's no plan B. There's no way out. We're doing this, and the attitude I had is I'm going to get this woman thing handled if it kills me. That's the definiteness of my decision. A lot of you are like, oh, I'm going to try to get this handled, but for like 6 months. If it doesn't work, I'm going to start hating women. Or I'm going to try this until XYZ, but then I'm going to give up. If you have the attitude where you gave yourself a way out, that is not a definite decision. A definite decision means I will do this or die trying, so help me God. So shift number 4 is making a definite decision that you will find a way to get this handled. You will do whatever it takes, pay whatever price, and you will be coachable and follow the damn instructions. Now, before we go on to the 5th and final shift, I know that I'm being a bit like maybe assertive or aggressive, but that's because I'm trying to wake you up. Love is demanding. A person who loves you is going to shake you and try to wake you up to reality. Okay. So people who don't have your best interest at heart, they're not going to be as direct as Jad is. Jad is being direct because he loves you. He wants to move you. He wants to wake you up so that you do what's best for you. So I hope I'm not coming across too aggressive, but we do need to have the balls as men. We need to face ourselves and we need to face the truth. And if we're not doing something, we have to have the balls to say, yeah, you know what? I'm dropping the ball in that area. All right. So this is all coming from love. I'm being direct with you because I want to help you. So let's go back to Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill says, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the riches you desire. So shift number 5 is be willing to pay the price. Be willing to pay the price. Let me look at my notes here. So we're living in a culture of freeloaders. You don't get that freeloading is one of the most expensive things in the world. While you've been freeloading on free information on YouTube and everywhere else, Jad has been investing his money in different coaches and getting, as a result, getting his dream girl, getting his dream business, and getting his dream body. So I'm winning in the big 3. I got a beautiful woman that I'm insanely attracted to. I'm 44 and ripped. You can see the picture here. I think I'm going to put it up. And I'm blessed to be making a living doing what I love, which is this. This did not happen in vacuum. This happened because I'm following the same recipe that I'm giving you here. Okay? So it happened because I invested. I paid the price. Everything has a price. It will cost you money, time, effort to get your dream girl. If you think you're going to be alone and freeloading on the internet and then getting your dream girl, you are delusional. If you think you're going to freeload on the internet, not pay any mentor or join any coaching group, and you're going to, what was the other one? Do this alone, go at it alone. You are delusional. You are on planet Pluto, in your own planet, delusional. You're not going to make it. Okay? So come back to earth. This is about coming back to having an empty cup. And if you've been following me, you know Jad is your bro. You know I got your back. So I'm not just talking out my ass. Plus, this is one of the most recommended books in history on how to get what you want. And he's telling you, man, you can't get what you want unless you pay the price in exchange for what you want. So I was not luckier than you. I was just coachable and did exactly what Napoleon Hill instructed me to do. Hill said to Mastermind, and I did. Napoleon Hill said to pay whatever price you need to pay, and I hired a bunch of coaches and paid thousands of dollars. I did. Hill said make decisions quickly. I did. And so because I was coachable and did exactly what he told me to do, I got everything I wanted. You thought you were being smarter than me by freeloading and keeping your money in your bank account. But I'm the guy who's ripped at 44. I'm the guy who's making love to his drop-dead gorgeous girl. I'm the guy who's running a business that's basically feels like play to me. And I'm not being mean, but I have to wake you up. Your way isn't working. How about you try mine? I want you to reach out to me and say, Jad, I'm jacked and ripped. I got amazing women. and I'm killing it in my business or career. I want that for you. That's why I'm telling you that. I'm not like, hey, I'm good and you suck. No, but hey, I followed the instructions, and so the world gave me what I wanted. You didn't follow the instructions, and so now you're miserable, scared, alone, and worried. It's about the fact that you didn't follow the recipe. Stop using your recipe. Your recipe sucks. Use the recipe I'm giving you. It's proven to work in my life and in my clients' lives as well. So let me tell you how I looked at money, okay? Money is cheap and replaceable. Money is cheap and replaceable and easily accessible. Time is irreplaceable. You're only young once. I can die in peace because I know I've made love to the most beautiful women. I've done everything I wanted to do. And do you think after I hired a coach and then I started dating all these hot women and making love to them and all this stuff, I was like, damn, I missed that $4,000. Or, oh, damn, I missed that $2,500. Or, oh, damn, I missed that. No, you're like, it was more than worth it. In my dying moments, do you think I'm going to be on my deathbed like, oh, that $15,000 I spent on coaching over the years? Oh, shit. Or am I going to be, oh, those beautiful angels that I was so blessed to share a moment in eternity with. I can die in peace. Okay. So I'm not saying I exactly spent 15 grand on dating coaching. I spent more than 15 grand on various things. Seduction coaching, personal development, business coaching. I've spent like over 30 grand in coaching. Okay. Every successful person has spent tens of thousands of dollars in coaching. Let's say that again. Every successful person has spent tens of thousands of dollars in coaching. What you don't understand is that saving your tiny little $4,000 or $6,000 or whatever, the price you're paying for that is reaching the age of 70, being like, fuck, I never figured it out. Damn, fuck, shit. I don't want you to be that guy. You never miss the money. And when you hire a coach, the return on investment is always 100, 1,000, 10,000 times whatever you spent. I was talking to a guy the other day and I asked him, what is it costing you to stay stuck? And he said, I'm depressed. I feel socially humiliated. All my friends are in relationships and I'm alone. Whenever they invite me out, I either try to avoid it or I show up and I feel like the fifth wheel. I'm missing out on amazing sex. I'm getting older and the women I like are younger and I'm losing my confidence. And no matter what I do, I don't feel anything anymore. Nothing feels like anything anymore because all I can think about is I just want to have passionate intimacy with a beautiful woman. So the cost of not getting this handled is literally like, just get depressed and hopeless and like, what's the point of your life? A lot of other guys tell me, Jad, I made the money and I thought once I made the money, I would get the girls. But now I just have a nice apartment and a car and a good job, but I'm lonely and I'm looking around. I'm like, what was the point of all this if there's no one to share it with? I want to build a life. I want to have a beautiful woman to build an amazing life with. So another thing that I want you to wake up, you're not letting yourself realize what it's really costing you to stay stuck. Now, on a more positive note, I asked the guy, all right, well, what would it be worth for you to have your dream girl, a woman you're truly attracted to, that you can share a beautiful relationship with, build a family with, potentially go and live life with? And every guy that I asked that question to, he's like, man, it would be priceless. So it would be absolutely priceless. The good news is I've helped a lot of men achieve this. All right. We have Nathan, who, as a result of the coaching, he found a beautiful woman. He got married to her. And now he's on his way to having, I think, his third child. They bought a house. Before the coaching, he was just a single guy renting a room with some other guys and having no real direction or purpose. Now his life has completely transformed to something unrecognizable. He had a dream, and now that dream is a reality. We have Bill, who also had a history of bad relationships. And then in his 50s, he came to coach with me. And now he's found his dream girl. I think she's around like 35, 36 years old. They fit like peas and carrots, and they're having an amazing relationship. And now also talking about marriage. We have Samir, who also, he struggled with women. He was like the perpetual nice guy. He didn't get it. He didn't get the game. Struggled a lot. Now he's married. We have Mo. He didn't kiss a girl until he was like 30. He really was super nice guy and didn't get the game. Now he's constantly in multiple, he's like juggling women all the time, having casual sexual relationships with various girls. He always has girls. We have Alejandro from the Bronx. Also, he was like a super nice guy, never went on a date, never kissed a girl. Now you see him on Instagram all the time, dancing with girls, around girls, dating girls. I mean, he's so comfortable and cool around girls. Girls love him. We got Vaughn from California. Same deal. Always going to parties, always surrounded by women. He had a girlfriend, I think only 4 months after our coaching. Then that relationship played out. He broke up with her. And then after a few months, got a second girlfriend. He's really happy with her, and he just has abundance with women. We have Jake, who also wanted to get married, met a girl and got married. And the list just goes on and on. Here's my straightforward offer to you. I have a 6-month coaching program that is specialized in helping you attract and date your dream girl. If you're a guy who's sick of just attracting average women and you want the women you're truly attracted to, and you're at the point where you want to finally be able to bring beautiful women into your life on command, then this coaching is for you. What this coaching is going to set you up with is, number one, you're going to walk away with the result of having the life skill of being able to consistently and predictably attract the most beautiful women. And the second result is you're going to eventually get your dream girl and get into a long-term relationship with her. So the investment in this 6-month program is $5,000. If you'd rather have $5,000 in your bank account than a total 10 in your bed, then I don't want to talk to you. We're not on the same wavelength. But if you're like me and you see that $5,000 is nothing in comparison to getting a new life with your dream girl, then I want you to schedule a call with me so that we can talk about the program and I can tell you more about it. Now, I know a lot of you are hesitant to schedule these calls because you're going to think that I'm going to corner you into making a big purchase or whatever. Here's the deal, bro. Okay. First of all, I never pressured anyone since 2011 to work with me. If I had to pressure you to work with me, it's not a good match. Second of all, here's what I'm going to do to alleviate your fear. In the first call together, you are not allowed to buy anything. So we're just going to chat. You're going to see if it's for you. And then at the end of the call, if you feel like, yeah, Jad, you know what? I think I'd like to join this. Then we can schedule a second call where we can decide and talk about actually making a purchase. So this free call, you're not allowed to buy anything. We're just going to talk to see if the program is right for you and if you and I are a match, because another integral, is that a word? Another very important part of coaching is that you and I have chemistry. In the past, I've hired some coaches where I didn't have chemistry and I didn't get a good result. So part of this introductory free call is also to see, hey, do we vibe? Because if we don't vibe well together, it's not going to be a good coaching fit anyways. So click the link below or go to jadtjones.com/apply and schedule a free, no pressure call. So I'll leave you with this. As Napoleon Hill said, men who succeed in life are men who make decisions quickly and easily. So make a decision. If this feels right in your heart, schedule a call with me and then we'll talk. I hope these 5 ingredients have helped you. Hey, you don't have to hire me. You can hire anyone. But use these 5 ingredients. Otherwise, I'm sorry to say, you will stay stuck. So use the 5 ingredients, let success emerge, and you too can soon be dating your dream girl.